everyone, so let's create the apple design animation. So first I'm going to replicate this. So I'll just first make a select rounded rectangle tool and then make something like this. Open up this rectangle and then increase the roundness. Now I'm going to select this and hit on fill, deselect the stroke. Select this and hit Ctrl Alt Home to bring the anchor point to the center. Now I'll be making this. Okay, so I don't know what logo is this. Okay, so let's just make it from scratch. Select the pen tool, deselect fill for now. Okay, and select stroke and let's make it white. Zoom it in. Okay, now we'll trace this. So I'll just do this. Now I'll select fill and select this color, and then I have to make the eyes also. So I'll just select this ellipse tool and make sure it's this black color. Then I will just make something like this. Okay, hit Ctrl Alt Home, bring it over here, and then simply Control D and bring another one over here. Okay, so now we are done with this. So I'll just be naming this. Okay, so as you can see in the start, okay, so this is bouncing and coming, and then this is happening. So what we'll be doing is I'll deselect this. Okay, and now I'll hit right click, new, then solid, and then select something off white, hit OK and bring it below all the layers. Now I'll hit a null object. Okay, create a new null object and rename this to logo control. Now I'll just parent link. Okay, so for that I'll just select this coast body I. Okay, and then parent link this all to this black rectangle. Okay, now you will be able to see that if I move my black rectangle, all this will start moving together. Okay, now I'll just select this black rectangle and parent link it to logo control. Okay, hit Y and bring this logo control here. Okay, now for the first animation, as you can see, okay, it's coming up. Okay, and a little bit of rotation, and then the shape is changing size. Okay, so to do that, select this, put it in the center, hit S and shift R to open scale and rotation properties. Go ahead 1 second and again hit them. Go to the first keyframe and first I'll rotate this. Okay, and then make this 0. Okay, I'll select these. Okay, and then hit selected, overshoot, and then bounce it. Now let's bring them closer. Okay, so you'll be able to see the bouncing effect. Okay, but we need to make the keyframes closer. After this it will stretch. Okay, so let's make that. Simply I'll just select my black rectangle. Okay, and then contents. Now I'll just click over here for size. Go ahead and click size. I'll deselect this. Okay, and then when it comes over here at the second keyframe, I'll just make it long like this and make this smaller. Okay, so it will look something like this. Okay, and select this, then bounce it, bring these closer, and then now we have to animate this. So to do that, simply select this rounded rectangle tool and then make something like this. Hit Ctrl Alt Home and put it in the center over here. Now let's make the fill to this purple color. Okay, now what I'm going to do is simply open this. Okay, right click and convert to Bezier path. Okay, copy this path. Okay, and then head on to our ghost body. Just click path over here, go ahead and paste it. So as this animation, okay, this path animation is not accepting this. Okay, so we'll do the bounce animation manually. So this is normal, and then this will stretch to become a rectangle, and then that's what we'll do. Go ahead here, okay, and hit another path. So the first keyframe, and select this path, okay, and drag this, select this, and then drag this. Okay, and as you can see in this path it is shrinking again, and then I'll just go again here and then paste it. Okay, this time I'll make it a bit shorter. Okay, now you can see we have got that, bouncy animation. Okay, and these eyes, what I'll do is when it's over here we have to do the closing animation of the eyes. So I'll just select these, hit S, deselect the scale properties. Okay, hit scale, go ahead here, again hit scale. Okay, and then go ahead over here and then make this 0. Okay, so as if it is closing. Okay, but we need to change the anchor point, so I'll select Y over here and make this anchor point down. Okay, now I'll do the same thing with this. Select the anchor point and make it down, and then go ahead and make this 0. Select both of these, F9, and then drag this to the left. Okay, so let's see our animation till now. Okay, so as you can see here, when this is expanding just from here, there is a glow effect. Okay, so to do that, what we are going to do is simply head on to effects and presets, select my deep glow from here and put it on my ghost body. Okay, and what I'll be doing is just over here I'll just select this exposure. Okay, go ahead and again hit radius and exposure and make this 0. Copy this, make it 0 2. Okay, so it will look as if when this button is being pressed, deep glow effect is taking effect. Now let's see it. Okay, and now let's see this animation. Okay, so the text is also there, create a new wallet, so it's easy to make. We just have to hit new text, animation presets over here, and doing this. Okay, and for now we'll move on to the next. Okay, the mouse button will come and click. Okay, so this will come in and then click it over here. So let's put it out. So after this is done, hit P, position keyframe, go ahead, come over here. Okay, so comes over here and then hit T to bring in opacity also. Go ahead and make it 0. So I'll select these 9 and then drag this to the left. Okay, so this will be the clicking effect, and after this whole thing will open up. Okay, as simple as that. So from here what I'll be doing is again select my black rectangle. Okay, and hit size and roundness, go ahead and then increase the size like this, and decrease the roundness or keep it this much. Yeah, let's bring them closer to give it a bouncing effect. Okay, and for this, okay, it comes down and the text changes to add funds. Okay, as simple as that. So let's select our post body. Okay, and hit P for position keyframe, go ahead and drag this down over here, and what we can do is simply select these, make this position and then bounce it, bring them closer, P for opacity, go ahead and decrease it to 0, F9, and then the new is add funds. So what I'll do is simply hit Ctrl D. Okay, bring it over here, change it to add funds, Control Alt Home and then drag this in the middle. So this animation is looking a bit better just because the shapes are refined. Okay, shapes are looking good, but in mine the shapes are a bit wavy, bit bendy. Okay, that is why it's not looking too clean. Okay, that is the only difference, but the animations are perfect. Okay, no problem in that. So make sure when you make these animations the shapes and everything are looking perfect, and after that just have to make this design. So we'll be just I'll just bring it over here for my reference. Okay, and making this design is very simple and easy. Okay, so to make that, what we'll be doing is first we'll be making this wallet. Okay, so I'll just bring in my rounded rectangle tool and then select this linear gradient over here and then make something like this. Okay, rename this to wallet body. Okay, select this and then open a path, increase the roundness. Okay, now select this color, this one, let's make it black. Okay, now make something like this, or let's select this and yeah. So as you can see, we have got this wallet. Okay, now simply I'll just select our pen tool and then I'll be fast forwarding this section where I'll be just using pen tool to drag these objects. Now what I'll do is copy this, Control D, copy this wallet body, put it over here. Okay, and let's make the fill to normal solid color and make it something off black like this. Then I'll just add stroke, make it grayish, then open up contents and under stroke I'll just add the dashes, then increase it like this. I'll just rename it to dash wallet. And then for these stars, okay, it is very simple. What we'll be doing is simply taking the star tool, make a star like this. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger, select this and let's make it the same color as this, and then decrease the points to 4 and let's give it a bit of rotation, decrease the inner radius and inner roundness. Let's make it like this. Okay, select this and let me delete the stroke, put it over here. Okay, hit S, I'll copy this circle of card, put it over here, rename this to yellow circle and put it over here, make it yellow and decrease the scaling. Okay, now just hit Ctrl D, copy it and put it over here. You can make more cards or design it more properly, it's up to you. Okay, so I have just given a simple design over here, so it opens up. And for this part, now just select this. Okay, and as you can see over here, it's just opening with scale animation and nothing else. Okay, so simply what I'll be doing is first select our wallet body. Okay, hit S for scale. Okay, and over here hit on scale, go ahead and again hit on scale, go to the first keyframe and then make it 0. Okay, open up like this, select this, hit scale, bounce it. Okay, so you will get this animation. Now I'll fast forward this section where I'll be doing the same animation to all the things. Okay, so let's see our animation till now, and then when you zoom out, this will come. Now simply I'll just make everything a 3D layer except our solid. Okay, and when it opens up over here, what we can do is right click, camera, okay, again right click, then we can head on to null object, make it 3D, connect this to our null, and then when it opens up, hit P for position, go ahead and drag this back, hit F9, and then drag this towards the left. Okay, now for the next part, I have brought some images from Google Images of this crypto, put it here, select these, P for position keyframe, go ahead, again position keyframe at the start. I'll just bring them out of this frame. Okay, select all these, hit Alt and left bracket. Okay, so as you can see, you have got this animation. So we'll continue the rocket animation in the second part of this video. Okay, help me to reach 600 likes on this video and I will bring to you the second part as soon as possible. See you in the next video. Take care.